Hey, Mike Schur, is Billy Madison funny?
Um,
The answer's right there.
I think that I'm a little too old, frankly, to have latched onto the Sandler oeuvre. Like I was like every comedy writer, not every comedy writer, many comedy writers who were like 5 to 10 years younger than me, Sandler's their god. Like Andy Samberg, like Sandler is his god.
No, that's too
And
bad.
he's like 4 years younger or 5 years younger than me. And I think I was just too old. It wasn't quite hitting me at adolescence, and as a result, that's never been my thing. Like, he's an undeniably funny person, but those movies, I just kind of missed those movies, all of them. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, like Big Daddy, all the like his entire oeuvre.
His good ones.
What just wasn't my thing.
Yeah. Amin is old
So,
too, so he doesn't like them either. And I found that like there's a range from people from like their maybe early 30s to mid 30s or late 30s that were in that perfect sweet spot of Billy Madison and
it's
Happy
like
Gilmore.
for me that was like, I'm older, so for me that was like Monty Python and like early Woody Allen movies or whatever. And people who are older than I am look at those things and are like, why? I don't understand why you think this is funny. I think it's like the thing about SNL casts. If anybody ever says, you know what the best cast of SNL was, they will inevitably then name the cast that was on the show when they were 13 years old, because that's when they discovered the show and discovered comedy. So like everybody insists that their favorite cast was the funniest cast, and it's literally just the cast from when they were between 13 and 14 or 13 and 15 years old.
They talk about this with music also, that like the music that from your high school age is the music that embeds itself in your mind, and for the rest of time, that's what you compare everything against. You say, these guys nowadays, this isn't music. I'll tell you what music is, and inevitably the songs and the artists that you're going to name are going to be the ones from when you were in high school.
You were a sophomore in high school, yeah. I have tried so hard to get my kids into like Nirvana, and they're just so uninterested. Could not be less interested.
It's funny, Mike, because that happens to me with my music with my kids, and I don't know what sonically they're hearing that makes them say, I don't like that, right? When I'm like, this is timeless, no, but they don't like it. But then on the flip side, my kids just recently discovered Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I didn't introduce it to them. I don't know how they did, but they found it on HBO Max, and they're like, this show is amazing. And so you as a content creator, how often are you thinking about, this is something that's going to stand the test of time versus this is something I just think is really good?
Never. I mean, in terms of the things that I'm working on, are you saying?
Yes.
Never. Like the idea that you would ever think to yourself, like, I'm writing for the ages or something, like, forget it. Like, you can't.
Parks and Rec, you knew.
No. No one knows. And the idea that you would ever have that as a goal, I don't even know what you would do differently. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you don't think like, well, I could write it this way, or I could try to make it last forever and write it this way.
Yeah.
Like, you just make what you make and you hope for the best. My kids recently discovered like everything that they discover is from TikTok, or at least my son. My son's 14. Everything that he gets into from TikTok. But like recently there was that thing of where the Minions movie came out, and he was like, hey, I want to go see the Minions movie. And I was thinking to myself, like, he's 14. He's like a little old to go see the Minions movie. And I was like, all right, man, sure, go ahead. And he was like, yeah, but I want to wear a suit. And I was like,
suit?
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it turns out that this thing started happening on TikTok where kids were dressing up in suits to go to the Minions movie.
I can't believe your
like
kid was one of the Minion suit kids. That's amazing.
Well, he wasn't, because I didn't know what was going on, but I was like, I don't know what this is, but I don't like it. And you're not wearing a suit. Like, this feels like
oh my God. You wouldn't let him have the clout?
No.
Please, Mike.
No, because I was like, this feels like a cult thing. Like, like this is the first step on a path that leads you to be like the guys from Clockwork Orange. Do you want to really?
Or like in God's Breath, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want you joining God's Breath. Like, I don't want David anywhere near you. So I said no, but like that's like the idea that you would ever be able to anticipate, like that Minions movie made 40% more money than it was probably going to, because a bunch of kids started wearing suits on from TikTok and going to that movie, semi-ironically. So like, how is anyone supposed to anticipate the way that people consume content? Forget it. It's impossible.
I wouldn't want my content to be consumed like that. I go, you know what? Never mind. Keep the money. I don't want people ironically consuming.
I think your tune would change very quickly if you were writing a movie like that. You'd be like, I don't care. Sure, have them wear suits, have them go naked. Who cares what they're doing as long as they're buying tickets.